We are gathered here today in remembrance of the short-lived NFL career of Jake Fromm.
Gone too soon.
Just a week ago, no one would have described Jake Fromm as neither elite nor a gunslinger. However, we did learn last Thursday that Jake would describe himself in these two words. Vanilla, game manager, a great guy. The best thing since Aaron Murray and Jake Fromm from State Farm are some of the words that his loved ones would describe him as.
Just a few.
Jake, I hope your insurance covers public imaging. But on the bright side, your career is now in a much warmer place than Buffalo. A wise man once said, Winston Churchill, "Now this is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning." Jake Fromm, Your NFL career will be sorely missed. I'm going to bring on Titus Majors. Say a few words. Titus.
Jake, we remember you at Georgia. Your random, explosive games against Alabama. It led us to believe there's something deeper here. We didn't know what was deeper there was a lack of self-awareness. But you covered your pain in a ha-ha. And hopefully, with your ha-ha, that's what they sent you when State Farm terminated your sponsorship. Ha-ha. Hopefully that was in your termination letter. Jake, we cheered for you. We saw something in you. We were rooting for you, Jake. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Not all of us.
Some of us. But Jake, we came here today. You might be the first quarterback to not even make it to OTAs ever, to have your career end. We will miss you. I think Michael Jackson once said, like a rocket in the moon, gone too soon. Is that what he said? Said something
That's
like that.
deep stuff.
Yeah. Jake Fromm's gone too soon. You know?
In the words of...
a self-described elite guy.
In the words of Miley Cyrus, that text came in like a wrecking ball.
A wrecking ball. Them screenshots took you right out. It gets you every time.
Gone too soon.
See, Herm Edwards once told him, the great Herm Edwards once said 3 words. You know what those words were?
What was that?
Don't press send.
Oh.
That's what he once said.
Maybe words we could all live by.
We could all live by those words.
We do have a question.
We have a question.
Someone wants
At the
to
service?
know. Well, yeah.
At the service?
I think somebody in the audience is confused how his career ended up in a casket. I think somebody doesn't know.
Oh, they don't know what
what
did?
happened.
Oh.
Well, yeah. A tweet came in like a wrecking ball, and it was a tweet of a text message that Jake Fromm sent one of his friends a year ago, and we'll just leave it at that. How about that? You could do the rest of the research.
You can look the rest up. Yeah, so you can understand what went on. Jake, we thank you for the absolutely zero memories you provided as an NFL quarterback before you ruined your career. We'll always have the day you got drafted in the 6th round. You always had that to hold on to, Jake. And you know, there are brighter days ahead. You know, you can always come back to Georgia, hang out, do non-elite stuff. I don't know. But haha, Jake. I bid you adieu and haha.
Haha, Clinton Diggs.
May you sail away like a Viking burial and into non-elite seas of the future. So yes. Goodbye, Jake.
R.I.P.
Goodbye.
I don't know why I went this there. That's
fine. It's fine. So thank you all for attending the Jake Fromm service. As you can see, that is our Not the Expert of the Week covered.
That memorial service was longer than Jake Fromm's NFL career.
It was. He got more than he deserved, honestly. He got a few more than he actually deserved, to be honest. But you know, he out of here. That was our joint Not the Expert of the Week. But Jake, we will see you in December. Believe that.
I told you that opening line was a gold one.
It was. I broke immediately. That was an incredible opening. But we are here. We are back. We are live. Not the experts. We are energized. It's a lot better than last week. Y'all didn't act all the way right, but y'all did a little better. So you got a normal show this week, most part. We are here. 706 is on. LaGrange is our home. Live from Butler Most Media Production Studios in LaGrange, Georgia. Levi, you feeling good this week?
I'm feeling really good.
Good.
For 2 reasons. One is I got my first haircut since January.
Sheesh.
When the COVID thing, shut all the hair salons down, I was already due for a haircut. And so I went like 3 months overdue.
That's rough.
And then second thing is I personal best through 18 holes this morning.
Really?
Shot my lowest. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Shot a 87.
That's a great start for you. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, it was great.
That's beautiful.
Good day.
Yeah.
Good day.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Well done,
also, I made a DJ. I want to get into DJing weddings.
Word?
Can I tell you this?
That's fire.
So I got my first gig yesterday. Was it yesterday? What's yesterday? Saturday?
Yeah.
2 days ago, Friday.
Word.
So I was asked by a friend
Mhm.
if I would DJ her wedding.
Yeah.
I said, sure, I'll do it.
Now, are you like gonna have the actual turntable? Or you just gonna like playlist it?
No, I playlisted it. I mean, none of the stuff was mine either. They gave me the stereo. They gave me the MacBook.
Oh, yeah. You just had to sync up.
They gave me instructions and a few playlists, but then they gave me the green light. I did some announcements.
Yeah.
But, I was really struggling this I can come up with a DJ name, and I was really struggling, but inspiration hit me when I was digging through their refrigerator because it was at her parents' house.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
yeah,
we're still in
we
COVID.
we can't have the big extravagant thing.
50, 70 people there, but I went
at
digging
the crib?
through. Do what?
At the crib?
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, but they had it outside.
Oh, okay.
So, but inspiration hit. I was looking for something to drink, and I saw a little tub of Cool Whip, and I was like, DJ Cool Whip. Yeah, I like that. So, you know why they call me DJ Cool Whip, Titus?
I don't want to guess. Go ahead.
Because I'm versatile,
Okay.
smooth, and also happen to be white.
Okay, I was wondering if white played into it or not.
Yeah,
but,
I just threw it in at the end.
Yeah.
And you best believe I said that too.
That's a
during
good
the DJ
point.
set.
Cool Whip is mad versatile though.
It is. You can make Cool Whip. You can do a lot of things with Cool Whip that I did not know you could.
You really can, yo.
Yeah. And I'm cool. So that's like 4 reasons right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect it. I like it.
So if anybody's going to have, a wedding or any other type of celebration that would need a DJ, call me up, DJ Cool Whip. I'll come and whip it up.
What kind of music was played at this wedding? I'm very intrigued by this now.
Well, Titus, can I say something? Now that you asked me that.
When you ask me, can I say something? I get really scared.
Yeah, and I'm kind of nervous to say this too, even though in my view, it's a very good thing, Titus. But it's something that's been on my mind, and since you asked it, I'm gonna put it in this way.
Okay.
What kind of music?
Yeah.
It was versatile because I'm DJ Cool Whip. I'm versatile, and I, especially at the beginning, I had to keep it family friendly.
Yeah.
But let's just say, towards the end of the night, I'm not sitting here saying we all know, Titus, racism is not dead, okay?
There's a Cool Whip logo over you now.
Oh, I like that. I'm not disputing, or I'm not here to say that racism is dead, but, sometimes you go through beautiful moments, Titus.
Okay, beautiful moments of unity.
Yeah, it'll make you rethink things. And when I was approached by a 5-year-old little white girl, and she asked me to play the box. and then I witnessed just a few minutes later an 80-year-old white woman getting down to swag surfing. I thought there's no way there is racism in this country anymore.
So all the problems got fixed.
All the problems got fixed when DJ Cool Whip broke out the Drake and rap genre.
So everything got fixed
unified
this Friday.
Yeah. Racism is now dead, Titus. Not the experts, but I'm going to put that out there.
Okay.
Just in that little bubble I was in.
Just that, in that bubble, yeah.
Yeah, but when I saw...
A 5-year-old really asked for the box?
Well, first she asked for Blueberry Faygo, so I played Blueberry Faygo.
That's a song?
Yeah, that's a song. I didn't know it. I didn't,
Never heard of that
She had
one.
me beat... Her music taste is much wider than mine.
Clearly.
And it's a rap song, and then she wanted me to play the box. Did not play the box, but...
No, the box would have been too much.
Yeah, but when I saw...
the box would have brought all that anger back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I saw Aunt Joe in the middle of the dance floor, swag surfing...
That's hilarious.
I knew all things were right.
Wow.
In the world.
All right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if that describes you... Yeah. And I played the happy Take On Me version too, so...
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you covered all demographics.
Yeah. If there was going to be some slow dancing, I was going to throw in the slow version, but that wasn't there.
That's a fact. My homie says, thank God for Swag Surf. Swag Surf saved... Soulja Boy saved America.
That's not Soulja Boy.
Swag Surf?
No,
I'm sorry.
Swag Surf isn't. I forgot who it is, though, but that's not Soulja
I'm thinking about
Boy.
the other one. What's the other Swag song he had? Well, he had Pretty Boy Swag and the other one.
Hop about the bed, turn my swag
yeah, that
on.
one. Turn my swag on. Yeah. Shout out to Swag Surf, saving the world.
Yeah, swag surfing.
So I guess we'll get into the polls from 2 weeks ago. Since last week we didn't have a regular show. Kind of had a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You
I
got
should
those.
probably pull up the polls.
So I asked you for
Those
the
the
show.
experts.
So I asked you, did you have the polls for the show?
Yeah,
you would have
you
the polls?
did,
Okay,
and
yeah.
not the expert, Titus.
That's a fact. These things happen. We're rusty, man.
We are rusty.
Like when you don't do it like an actual show for a week, and we didn't have to prep last week, we just kind of went off top. Like there's not a lot of. Just got to get back in the groove of things.
I was so happy though to know we were actually going to get to talk about sports.
I know. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Like we've managed 2 months with no sports.
Yes,
and now
we started this live series with no sports, Titus.
Yeah.
Anyways, know the experts.
Fly made swag surf.
Do what?
A group called Fly named Spade Swag Surf.
Oh,
Appreciate
okay.
you, David. AKA the plug.
You
got the polls?
These are from 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, yes.
2 weeks ago. So I had to do a one gotta go tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
First one, we had a one gotta go Braves catchers, all-time Braves catchers, or favorite Braves catchers. Let's see. So it came down to Evan Gattis and Eddie Perez. They were tied for the most votes. So we had to do a little showdown here. Eddie Perez got 83% of the vote, so Eddie Perez can leave.
All right.
He is out of there. Let's see. So then moving on, one gotta go. I did Braves second baseman, and I got some beef with this one. Two things. Number one, my boy Josh Sperry, he left me hanging last week or 2 weeks ago, man. Like, I gave him the shout out on the show. This was the poll. My Braves catcher thing was the most voted poll that we've had so far, and that was simply due to the fact that Josh Sperry retweeted it.
He's heavy in the Braves community.
And he is. And I gave him the shout out. I said, hey, man, we're going to need those retweets coming. Keep them coming. And did not get a retweet on the next one. And so did not get as many votes. So that's my one beef. My second beef is this. It was between Martin Prado, Marcus Giles, Dan Uggla, Ozzie Albies. Marcus Giles and Dan Uggla tied for the most.
Okay.
I've got beef with this because if you were one of the people that voted for Marcus Giles, I hope you do not call yourself a Braves fan or at least a knowledgeable one, because just about anybody you would ask, whether a journalist or just your casual common fan, you ask them who's the best second baseman in Atlanta Braves history, I guarantee you at least 3 out of 5 would tell you that Marcus Giles is.
Right.
And they're out here voting.
It's disgusting.
100%. He's the oldest dude on the thing, out of the four choices. He's the least recent, even though this was early 2000s, and he just gets disrespected.
It was these young whippersnappers that did it, huh?
Exactly. That's what it is. I'm calling all you Zers out here.
Yeah, these 2000s babies out here disrespecting Marcus Giles.
Exactly. Don't disrespect Marcus Giles like this.
Disgusting.
So I'm not happy, and we're going to have to do a tie between those two.
It's about time you've been unhappy with a poll. Don't forget that ultimately, if we don't like what they say, we can overrule them.
Yeah.
It's still our show.
I really do. I'm going to overrule it.
Yeah, if they vote him, I overrule him.
Yeah. Dan Uggla, you win. You got to go. So, Marcus, you're staying. And of course, too, Ozzie Albies got 0%, and he's the Braves' current second baseman.
Naturally.
Good Lord. All right, so another week, even though I don't know why I'm saying this because we didn't do them. One got to goes last week or polls, but let's pretend last week didn't happen. Another week, another Titus one got to go means another Titus is wrong. All right.
I said I didn't.
And another Levi is right.
First of all, I'm pretty sure with that one I said specifically that I expect to be disagreed with, but it's my personal taste.
And two, let me go back and say that you're not completely wrong.
Okay.
I mean, the one I had won.
Yeah.
Jolly Ranchers got 43%.
Y'all like Jolly Ranchers?
Yours with Starburst, you did get the second most votes.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of work, bro. It's a lot of work for a Starburst. You got to do a lot. Starburst is like the roast.
I don't like that they're individually wrapped.
Right.
And get the orange and yellow ones out of here.
See,
I don't need them.
Here's my next unpopular opinion.
Y'all like the orange and yellow ones?
Those are my favorite too.
Those are your favorite too?
No, I'm sorry. Orange and red are my favorite too.
No, pink and red.
I don't like pink that much. I don't know why I don't like the pink one that much. I don't know what it is about it. But yeah.
Pink's good.
I feel pink must be the favorite. That's why they have the all pink package. People must love the pink one.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
People also love the blue raspberry Jolly Ranchers, and I hate those. That's my least favorite flavor. And people love that one, and I hate it. So, yeah, it's just my taste buds.
Well,
okay. But as long as Airheads is still there, so we good. Airheads and Skittles didn't get voted out, so we good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't tripping.
We good. We good. Tripping. And well, that sort of wraps up the polls.
All right.
Just to wrap up, note the experts, be on the lookout. I already put one picture up on Facebook, but we are doing hats, and I will be
New hats.
updating the picture soon. Yeah, because I want to apologize right here. I've already apologized about 20 times to Miss Christina, but I want
What
to
happened?
apologize in front of everyone right here. I'm the most difficult person. Like, I've become a woman when it comes to these hats.
That's even
Pretty much what it is. Every hat she's given me is like, hey, I got it. I've gotten all the information, did a lot of work for this. Like, nah, that's not good enough. I need a different hat. So she's in the works again. I texted her the other day, sent her a picture of a hat. I was like, can we get this one instead? But we're working on it. And I already have like 10 commitments for a hat.
That's awesome.
So
That's great.
Yeah.
We appreciate
If
y'all
you
for
want a
that.
hat. Do what? I am the problem. See, what I think is bad, though, is everybody else, the hat would fit perfectly fine on everyone else. But I'm like, man, I really need to wear the hat, too. And
Oh, yeah.
since
it's
I
not
have
for
the
you. Yeah.
head size of a squirrel, I got to get the low-profile hats.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand. You're trying to look out for you and the people at the same time.
Exactly.
It's
I got to
difficult.
rep the
Tough
brand,
balance.
too.
Yeah, stuff balance. I understand.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Yeah. But they're coming soon. And they'll be like $20, but we'll let you know for sure.
Yeah,
soon.
salute. So y'all been looking out for that. And get your Not the Experts gear and rocket whenever outside opens up again. So we got a new one gotta go. You done with that, right? That was authentic.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, cool. We got a new one gotta go. I'm back with the candy again. I have back with the chocolate brands. And I think I got Hershey's. Yeah, there we go. We got the Nestle Crunch, Levi. We got M&M's. We got Reese's and Hershey's chocolate. Those are the choices this week. One of these has to go.
This is a good one.
Yeah, I wanted to make it hurt. I really wanted to make it hurt this week.
It's a good one, but it's also still a little easy. Hershey's.
I would actually
Just too
agree.
plain for me.
I would agree with Hershey's because I feel like in terms of plain chocolate bars, you can do better.
Yeah.
Honestly, so I would.
I mean, what do you think of with plain chocolate bars? Because
Symphony.
Hershey's like the only one I could think of.
Symphony is better. Symphony is the Hershey's brand, but it's like a little higher tier. And when it
so it's
comes-
like a bougie.
yeah,
Hershey's bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will go Symphony. Symphony is a little better than Hershey's. Nestle Crunch is staying for sure. No one's if you get rid of Nestle Crunch, don't follow us. I mean you can follow us, just don't talk to us.
Yeah,
We'll
mute
just
you.
exactly mute you. Yeah. Reese's can stay because Reese's is just a classic. M&M's. Have you had the M&M's chocolate bar by the way?
No, I haven't.
It moved them into a different tier with me.
Is it pretty much just a chocolate bar with the M&Ms?
Yeah, but it's like a much creamier chocolate than you would imagine M&Ms would be capable of making. So yeah, I think Hershey's can go. I almost added Mr. Good bar. I'm like, that'd be too easy. Everybody vote for that. Everybody vote that out. So I need to make it hurt a little bit. So Hershey's can go. I will say in defense of Hershey's though, they do make the best s'mores.
Yeah, they do.
They definitely do.
Yeah, I was going to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's a very important factor that I don't think we should get dismissed off top.
But I do want to say, though, you know, if we did have to take this seriously, like to heart, I would just use a Crunch bar instead to replace the Hershey's. You know, if I wanted to make a
melty Crunch bar would be interesting.
Yeah. I feel like it'd just be more rice.
Yeah. Which would then make your s'more, like, not dessert, like a dinner, because it's rice.
Well, it's, maybe a little healthy.
Yeah. So it's like a healthy, snack. Because you got graham crackers, which aren't bad. And, you got graham crackers, which aren't terrible. And, rice. So, and a marshmallow for sweet. So it's like a little bit of flavor. So basically, it'd basically be like a rice casserole. Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I like that.
Yeah, so you could use Crunch bar would be interesting. You should try that and then tell me how it works. I don't want to do it. I want you to try it.
I'll do that.
Okay, sweet. Report back to us next week with that.
I'm on the case.
All right,
Not
sweet.
the experts, journalism.
Yeah, so
investigative journalism.
So to get rid of Hershey's, and you know what? You actually could survive without Hershey's when you make s'mores, so you could just use chocolate chips instead. You have to use a few more, but chocolate chips do the job just as well as Hershey's does.
Or let's just get weird with it and let's just melt the M&Ms together.
Oh. How does the candy coating deal with melting on M&Ms?
We'll find out.
I feel like it would turn to a gremlin.
I'll put that in my report.
I feel like some type of weird stuff that shouldn't be microwaved in that in an M&M. And if you do it, weird things will happen.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't know. And there's always, like I said, like my parents will comment that you can't do Hershey's without s'mores. You can't do s'mores without Hershey's, but you can. Chocolate chips.
Find a way.
Yeah, chocolate chips. Like I said, M&Ms. Apparently, there's some Reese's s'mores thing that I've seen on the Hershey on like the back of something with Reese's. I don't know how that would work. I wouldn't want that. I don't want peanut butter. Don't put your peanut butter near my marshmallow. So get away from me.
Wow.
Personally, that's how I feel. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, y'all go to Twitter polls, vote on that one. I think we have unanimous Hershey's. Anybody else? Anybody? You have any dissenting opinions in the room?
Yeah, Christina can keep her opinion to
Miss
herself.
Christina cannot handle is allergic to peanuts, so anything peanut related she's gonna.
Oh
get
wait,
rid
you're
of.
allergic to peanuts?
Yeah, so anything peanut related, she's gonna get rid of.
You should will your way through that Reese's peanut butter cup.
So die for the Reese's. What you saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, you said it.
I go Coach Edie on it.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah. Will your way through that chocolate
Did you see?
bar.
You saw the article about the I sent you about the kneeling. I mean, not kneeling. The bending over on your knees actually being
Yes.
okay.
Oh,
Do you see Tyler
yes.
retweeted that? Tyler retweeted that with "so what?" Put stand up.
Yeah.
Like, yep, that's what he would do.
Yeah.
Exactly what he would do. Yeah.
Well, that's the whole Alabama thing. Because you know about the fourth quarter or the thing they have to run every summer training, like right when they get to campus for.
I think I've heard.
Like right before
I
school.
think I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the distance, but they run Bryant-Denny Stadium. You know, they do one sprints. I think they do it like 20 times.
Ain't no way.
And you got to do it 20 times without anybody bending over or looking like you can't even put your hands on your head. Like you have the whole goal is to not look weak. Like don't make your opponent think that you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime somebody bent over or put their hands on their head, that last run didn't count. You got to do it again.
I refuse.
So instead of running Bryant-Denny 20 times, you're really running it like 30, 40 times.
I refuse.
And that's with everybody, the offensive linemen out there, everybody.
I don't like walking too far in stadiums.
Yeah.
Them things are huge. You think I'm finna run 20 times? Psh, man, look. All right, I'm out. I'm done. Yeah, I wasn't there. Imagine being a walk-on doing that, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'd quit so fast.
Yeah. Well,
like, if you're on the scholarship, I get it a little bit. You got
Alabama walk-on players are probably the toughest walk-ons on.
Yeah, they're the most in shape people to not. The most in shape people that probably don't play.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
They're on the squad. I went there.
For sure.
I just got mad thinking about that.
So what do we got next after one got to go?
One got to go.
I don't have my lineup.
Yeah, I
written
think,
down. I don't.
It's good. Yeah. I think it's Drew. I'm pretty sure it's Drew.
No, I think it's NBA.
Is it NBA?
Yeah.
Oh, NBA back.
NBA back.
Yes, Lord. Guys, we have survived 2 months without sports. The NBA has finally announced they're coming back. They have a whole plan, a whole rollout. They gave us a list of teams which are going to be back. It's Levi is 22 of the 30 teams coming back.
Yeah, 13.
13 in the
out
West.
Of the West.
Yes.
8. No, 9.
9 in the East. Yes,
the
yes.
East.
I have the list
Can
on
do.
the slides. But you can get to that whenever you get a chance. Levi, have you seen any of the rules for this?
No.
The setup?
They're playing 8 games.
Yeah, we're gonna do 8
and you
regular season games.
And you described to me
it's basically for seeding.
So anybody who's outside of the top 8, they have to beat the 8th seed twice.
So this way has happened. Okay, all right. That's the teams up there for the people that homes to see. Basically, so this is what's happening now, right? The 8th seeded team, the team in the 8th seed right now, has maintained a 4-game lead, like a 4 to 5 game lead on the 9th seeded team, right? So if you're within 4 games or fewer if the 9th seed is within 4 games or fewer of the 8th seed, the 9th seed and the 8th seed have a play-in game. Play-in games, plural.
If they're within the 4.
Within 4 games. So plural games. If the 9th seed beats the 8th seed twice, then the 9th seed becomes the playoff seed, and the 8th seed the current 8th seed is eliminated.
What?
But if that 8th seed team beats the 9th seeded team once, then the 8th seeded team contains their spot.
What this basically is, it's keeping the top 16 teams true, the top 8 out of the East, the top 8 out of the West. It's pretty much just to keep it true, but yet somehow work in some games before playoffs really start, just for the guys to get their legs back under them and get back into the feel of things.
See, this is what
it's stupid.
This is why they should have just come back, did like kept the standings as is, do like 5 just run through games, like 4 or 5 just y'all get back in the shape of things, figure out how to play basketball again, games, and just went to the playoffs. Why are we being extra? Why are we doing all this extra stuff? Like, okay, so there are 13 Western Conference teams because the Eastern Conference is terrible, and these teams in the Western Conference are all pretty close in record.
Yeah.
And the Eastern Conference, I think the only team close was the Wizards, and they aren't even that close to the Magic, I believe, for the 8th seed. So basically, these games are the 8 games are basically going to be played for seeding. Figure out where everybody's going to be seeded at. With seeding, isn't as important unless you're trying to avoid matchups or get specific matchups because there's no home court advantage anymore. Everybody in Orlando, Orlando ain't gonna have home court. Even if they did, it wouldn't matter because nobody's gonna be there. It's just them. I say I have an idea that Mickey should be the overall sponsor, the overall mascot for all games. Just Mickey Mouse.
I like the idea that the mascots need to be the refs. So we have Mickey, Goofy, and Donald out there.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting.
It'd be hard to see through those.
It'd be very
heads,
difficult for them to run up and down the court in those two.
But I would like to see them try, though.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
How about let's make it real. Let's put a real mouse, a real duck, and a real, Goofy, a real cow out there. So we have a mouse, a duck, and a cow.
Is that what Goofy is?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know what Goofy was.
I learned that a couple weeks ago.
I've never known.
Yeah, so Goofy isn't really a dog. He's a cow, and he's supposed to be the interpretation of some type of cow in Asia.
That is very interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
I learned that a few weeks ago while just being bored.
Good to know.
Hashtag COVID-19.
Yeah. So let me so you know what this NBA idea, all this extra stuff they're doing reminded me of? Like, because it's so extra. They didn't have to do all this. It's so extra. There's a conspiracy theory that they're doing this just to get Zion on the court again. People want Zion.
Yes.
And I don't hate that theory, and I think it could be true. And if that's the reason,
and just to give him a chance.
Yeah, I get
because
it.
having Zion and New Orleans in the playoffs.
Look, if they get the 8th seed and you get Zion and the Lakers in the first round, you're winning.
I feel like part of it too was kind of a power move against Damian Lillard. Adam Silver saw Damian Lillard out here saying, "What you talking about? Continuing the season? I'm not continuing the season." And Adam Silver's like, "Oh, that's what you think."
Yeah,
so
and
I'm gonna make
honestly,
you continue this
I wasn't
season.
mad at Dame for that because it's like, if I'm coming back, there's no point in me coming back if we don't have a real shot at the playoffs. I get that. However, the way they're doing the shot at the playoffs is so roundabout and unnecessary. You know what it reminds me of? Do you know like tattoo people that have a lot of tattoos?
Wait, they what?
You know people that have a lot of tattoos?
Yeah.
You know how they just wake up one day and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo today.
Yeah.
They're like, of what? Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna figure it out. That's what this is to me. This is like the NBA version of, I don't have anything to do. I'm just gonna get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, won't have anything going on. Everything's shut down. Let's just create a weird play-in series that doesn't make sense in any shape, form, fashion. That's what this made me feel like.
I do like that. What would that be? I've got a question too in that. Would that be an analogy or a metaphor? What's the difference between an analogy and a metaphor?
I think a metaphor is something using like or as. Or is that a simile?
A simile.
Oh, it's a comparison. An analogy is like,
I've always kind of used them in the same.
I feel like they're similar.
To terminology.
Low-key. I feel like
whatever you just spat at me.
Yeah.
That analogy or metaphor, I would go with it.
Analogy is a comparison between two things, typically for the purpose of explanation or clarification.
Okay.
So that was more of an analogy, I would say.
I like it. I wouldn't totally agree with it, just because that was a really long thought that they had in their head that morning. They didn't just get out of bed because it's taking way too long to get to this.
This seems so thrown together.
But they had months to do this.
But you see all that, they were just throwing ideas at the wall and seeing which one they wanted to go with. Like, there was a group stage idea. There was like go straight to the playoffs idea. They've had a lot of ideas. They just keep throwing stuff out here and seeing what sticks. And none of them are good.
So I have 2 problems with this.
What's up?
Or 2 solutions maybe, but this is where they're getting it wrong.
Okay.
Number 1, do they have a move-in date? Like when these teams are going to start moving on to the worldwide sports.
Well, the season's supposed to start July 31st.
Yeah, July. Yeah, I know that, but when are they going to move on?
I'm not sure about that. I think they might still be working that part out.
So they haven't really set that. They're still working that out. I'll just go ahead and follow with a second. Kind of works 2 and 2. And then with this, they're saying, hey, you're going to be on this campus, which is nice. I mean, they're going to have everything they need right there, plus some leisure activities, go and play golf, get to walk around the park, whatever.
I don't think they're allowed to go to the park, actually.
Well, I say walk around the park.
Oh, like,
I don't think the rides are
visit.
going to be up or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they're
I think they're
saying,
trying to keep them as quarantined as possible.
and the whole thing is that they're going to have enough room, and they're encouraging these players, if you want to bring your family with you, you can. So here's the two things right here. Those are both. One is you need to set a move-in date, and it needs to be like next week, early as possible,
Right.
because I'm all in. Of course, I'm pretty sure they're going to test every single person before or as they're getting off that plane or walking to that campus, and then just start quarantining. But this is what they need to do. Expose yourself. Get
you have
out.
to stop.
No. But it's for real. Like, get out there let them forget the families, leave them there. I'll get to that, why they should also leave the families and not let them come in a second. But
I agree with that, actually.
yeah, dude, most of these NBA players, I was trying to do research on it today, and of course, nobody knows anything. Everybody's just contradicting everyone else. When somebody's, when this professional says something, another professional is here to contradict what they're saying.
That's why.
But then at the end, it's just, let's all agree to disagree, because we really don't know what we're doing. And that's the one thing you shouldn't do, is agree to disagree in the medical field. Like, that's the one
that's
place
why
you
things
should
are
not.
peer reviewed for years before they ever get cleared.
Yeah. But my point in this is that most of the medical professionals believe that with all the tests and different things they've done with this virus, that they really do believe that this is a more normal strain. Like, this isn't a virus that's, just going to open up Pandora's box and defy like scientific laws or whatever when it comes to this kind of stuff. And so a lot of them really believe is that once you're exposed and you get it, you do build an immunity to it, and there's a very, very low chance like you'll get it again. And if you do, you'll just be asymptomatic if you were. And that's what all these NBA players are. I don't think, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure every NBA player that has gotten has been asymptomatic.
So you want them to all get corona?
Yes.
Okay, but that's going to delay the season by another month.
No, but the recovery times for like Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert was like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Move on now. Y'all all get the corona. Hug up on each other, kiss, do whatever you got. Just chill. You're probably going to be asymptomatic.
Ever said.
Look, and you do this for the guys. Go ahead, give them physicals. But I'm saying with the test, give them a physical and check the boxes. Do you have any, predetermining? Was it factors? That could underlying factors that could. And if you don't, then go on the campus. And if you get it, you get it, big whoop. But just get over it, build the immunity, and then let's move on. Just go ahead. Everybody get it. Everybody just needs to go ahead and get the corona.
It's the worst idea you've ever had on the show.
I think it's a pretty good idea. And it gives them...
I just want you to know this is the
we're
worst
still in the
idea
beginning of June. That gives them a whole, almost 2 months.
When are they going to start
get
training?
over it. Just
because we're in the middle
while
of June
you're
now.
asymptomatic.
We're in the middle of June.
I mean, I really have a hard time believing that dudes who are asymptomatic were just sitting around the house doing nothing. I'm sure they were still working
I don't think everybody had course. Everybody don't have basketball course in their crib.
Well, that's true. But I'm saying they were still active, though,
but they weren't doing basketball active training. Well, the main problem with this is going to be guys have to get back and get in basketball training shape to avoid a bunch of ACL tears in week 1.
Yeah,
because that would be a disaster.
Well, that's just
there are a few ways
this
can be a disaster, but that's one of the main ways. We come out here and Giannis somebody tears the ACL game 1. This is a disaster. This is a disastrous setup.
Well, look, you're not only just building up your body, but you're also building up your antibodies. So that's just what I want to say. And second, the reason why you shouldn't be bringing your families
you definitely don't bring your families.
Don't bring it because we need to all get the Rona on campus. So you don't want to give it to your dad or your wife or whoever.
I need you to stop. I'm gonna tell you the important reason not to bring your families. I'm gonna tell you the important reason because how you gonna explain to your kids that y'all can't be at Disney World?
Well, that's
while we at Disney
That was
World?
my second reason.
Yeah, it should have been first.
Do you know how annoying that's going to be? Daddy, where's Mickey?
Exactly.
Daddy, I want to go in the park. I want to go to the parks. And then you're trying.
Do you know?
Your mother will take you, and then the mom's like,
and
why are you pushing this on me? You know that park's closed.
She will be over you by week 2.
Yeah, exactly.
She'll be tired of you. All right, trying to play basketball. Yeah, and I'm out here dealing with these kids at the park that they can't go to. Listen, nah, it's a disaster.
A lot of players would be taking a lot of L's out there,
It's gonna
not
be
just on the court,
so
but off
many.
the court.
It'll be bad.
They're going to need
It'll be bad.
divorce lawyers on hand.
Look, bro, divorce lawyers
Right
finna
next to
rack
the
up this
medics.
year. I feel like divorce lawyers are the only people winning in 2020.
They are.
Like they got to be coming up.
Yeah.
For sure this year.
Mm-hmm. But think we really need to get behind investing of some lawyer groups, because I know in 3 or 4 years, were you exposed to the coronavirus? Were you given this vaccine and told that the coronavirus was
Judge Judy and stuff?
Yeah,
that'd be fine.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah,
one call, that's all.
Yeah,
great.
Call Ken Nugent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think there was it something? Oh yeah, one more thing about the NBA that I wanted to say. So with no crowds, right? Because the stands not any crowds, so the crowd noise is gonna be weird. I believe that refs are gonna have a quicker trigger to the text, because you can yell at referees when there's a crowd there and we don't really hear what you're saying, right? There's crowds, commentators, we don't really know what you're saying. When there's no crowd and you start yelling at that referee, we all gonna know what you said, and ain't nobody getting disrespected on national television. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So these texts are gonna come quick. I will be giving out texts immediately. Like if your voice goes up an octave, text.
I like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think text is gonna go up
by
a massive rate. Good thing Draymond's not gonna be back, because he'd be out in 2 games.
Is that a good thing? Because
I mean, it's not good for my personal viewing thing, but it's good for his wallet. You know that he's not coming back, because he'd be out of there quickly.
I like that.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So NBA back. We'll have more of that when games start. Gosh, can't wait till games start. I cannot wait till basketball starts back, bro.
Yeah, we got a lot.
The weirdest setup. It's gonna be the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
We got a lot of stuff we can cover in between then too, because we haven't even floated out half the stuff that could be going on or all that.
Yeah, the other awful thing about this, the other confusing thing about this is gonna be why are they still doing 7-game playoff series? This was the perfect opportunity to go back to the 5-game series.
So they are officially doing a 7-game.
I'm pretty sure that it's all going to be 7 games, because they're going to October. It's like July to October.
Oh, okay.
October 12th, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 7-game series. We don't need 7-game series. We don't.
I may be wrong, but I think the reason why they set like the October date is actually they're giving themselves some time. So say one team comes down with like 3 guys testing, that gives them a buffer week or two, Titus, for them to get over it, test, go back to negative, and then play. So it is only like a week or two.
Well, hopefully we're not having 7-game series, because I'm not in the mood for that. I hate 7-game series so much.
Me too. Well, I like
especially
in the finals.
first. Yeah, like the first round when we got to play as 8 seed 4 times. Like just get them out of here. Go away.
Well, there's many times as
sick.
An Atlanta Hawks fan, I wish the first round were 5-game series.
I believe I can see that for sure. Yeah. For sure. Hawks did not make the playoffs either. RIP to the Hawks.
Yeah.
They did not qualify. Vince Carter's season ended on a random Tuesday night.
And yeah, I wanted to bring that up. Kobe brought it up. We shouldn't have, I kind of feel bad because we just gave a memorial service to somebody who may not deserve a memorial service. And we're not giving one to Vince Carter.
Vince wouldn't want one. He wouldn't want one though.
No, that's right.
I don't think.
Because he may just come back in 2 years.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Vince could do something.
Thank you, Vince.
Thank you, Vince, for everything. So that covers the NBA. We'll have a lot more of that coming, because, like I said, that's the only sport that's officially back. So we can get into that more. NBA back. Salute. So let's talk about Drew Brees, Levi. Drew Brees had like the weirdest 4 days ever. I've never seen someone's opinion allegedly change so fast and so drastically in like 2 days.
I was trying to come up with a good pun here. I was going to say the breeze was very shifty this week.
Okay.
Swirling. The air was swirling around New Orleans and the Breeze household.
I see what's going on.
Yeah, breezy at the Breeze house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, when I first saw it, or when I saw the little tweet, I didn't see or really read much up on it. I just kind of saw tweets like Drew Brees says blah, blah, blah. And I just laughed, because it's like, dang, man, I'm not even going to think about what he said is right or wrong or whatever, but how stupid are you just to say that in the climate that we're in right now, Drew? Like, that's not very good. For somebody who has to have a good pocket awareness, you don't have a good political awareness. Wow.
I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
In case y'all don't know somehow what Drew Brees did. Drew Brees went on a little tangent on Yahoo Finance. Such a random platform. Anytime I see Yahoo Finance in a headline, I get so confused.
Who
talks to Yahoo Finance and why? First of all, who talks to Yahoo about anything?
We need to get in contact with Yahoo Finance's publicist.
That's a fact.
Because somehow they get interviews with people they should not be interviewing
so random.
a lot of times.
And I don't know any finance details that came out from this interview. The only thing I know about this interview is that Drew Brees went up there and the guy brought up Colin Kaepernick, and Drew Brees went on I don't say for anybody disrespecting the flag, and gave this long soliloquy about that.
Well, if Drew Brees was publicly funded, we could easily say his stock would have went down, at least for the first 24 hours.
His stock would have been in the tank.
Yeah,
it would have been ugly. So so Brees made some comments about that, and then everyone, literally like everyone, got on his head about it. His teammate. Have you ever seen teammates tell somebody to shut the blank up? You ever seen that before? The quarterback of the team at that?
No. Okay. I haven't, and I know he wasn't the only one, but Michael Thomas, I don't think really cares about much when it comes to that. So
Malcolm Jenkins.
Malcolm Jenkins. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I thought Michael Thomas was kind of up there too.
He was upset.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, Michael Thomas. That doesn't really surprise me. I didn't really learn about the Malcolm Jenkins thing till later.
Yeah, Malcolm Jenkins was so mad he had to do 2 videos, because first one he did to shut the bleep up, and then he's like, let me delete that and just say what I need to say more rationally, because he was like, trying to clean it up. Because Malcolm Jenkins is a very thoughtful and he thinks a lot. He's a very thoughtful player in general and person. Like Malcolm Jenkins is my favorite Eagles. I miss him so much every day. Malcolm, come back, please.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Drew Brees, while I just said he needs to be a lot more aware, and I feel like I'm just like making excuses for him when that's not my intention. But when the whole story started developing, and I was thinking like, wow, that really was my initial thought. It's like, how stupid can you be? Or what in the world was he thinking?
Yeah.
And I really just don't think Drew's down like that. I really doubt he's got the Facebook, the Instagram, the whatever apps on his phone. I feel like Drew just kind of keeps to himself.
Drew was giving the money answer. Well, what used to be the money answer.
He went into autopilot. He was like, I've gotten this question before. Let me just
he went to what
reach
used to be
into
the
the
money
bag
answer.
of answers and give him what I
and said
have.
a bunch of words.
Yeah.
Said a bunch of word vomit, basically.
Well, I think he was half asleep when he was giving the interview.
Think so?
He was thinking, he was like,
he seemed very woke. I don't know.
Finance. Who's going to hear this?
I don't know. I saw. He was very woke. I do wonder.
But I'm sure he was thinking it's Yahoo Finance. Who's really going to pay attention?
Do you think that when he said that the reporter that did like the old clip of like, ladies and gentlemen, we got him? You think that's what they did when they got this clip?
Well, I'm sure they probably had an earpiece, and the producer, behind probably whispered in the ear like, "Great job," or
right.
"Job well done,
right,
my good and faithful servant."
But like, okay, so in all seriousness about this, right? I do kind of want to get into it. In all seriousness about what Drew Brees said, Levi, last week you said something very important. You said, you remember what you said last week? You probably don't.
I said a lot of things.
You did. The one thing you said last week was, this isn't about you.
Yeah.
That's one of the very important things you said. Drew Brees' comments, they were all about him, what he sees. His comments were about, I would never agree. I got the whole thing pulled up. So I would never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. And then he goes, let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States. Okay. He goes, I envision my 2 grandfathers who fought for this country during World War II, one in the Army, one in the Marine Corps. So, okay. There's a lot of I's, a lot of me's in that thing. Not a lot of greater understanding of what's really going on. And one thing with me is that I'm good with disagreements on some things, right? But if you're missing the root issue, then you're already off topic. And he missed the whole root of the whole root of the situation. For me personally, if he would have said, I don't necessarily agree with kneeling, but it's just kneeling isn't for me, but I can understand for me and what I feel about it. But I don't have any problem with someone else doing it instead of taking the disrespecting the flag route. I don't think this goes over as bad as it did. For me personally, at least.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because for me, when you go this is disrespecting the flag, you're intentionally missing an entire point that was made about the process that's been made for 4 years when Colin Kaepernick first started kneeling. I gotta stop doing that to the mic. Okay, I get real handsy. That's been made for 4 years. Like you're just completely missing that point and glossing right over it, and that's where the problem comes into play at. That's where the issue comes in. You need to step outside and actually think about why are they doing this instead of going this is disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. It's never been the intention of it to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
And you're not the only person that had parents in the military, dog. A lot of black soldiers in the military came back to a country that didn't respect them. They came fought for that same country and came back and got mistreated, treated like they weren't even in the military, weren't even allowed to wear their colors out in public without fear of getting beaten or killed. So like, think about that too while you bring up the military thing. Don't just throw out platitudes like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, which I was gonna ask you because this is our first time really sharing our opinions to each other about Drew Brees.
Right.
You pretty much answered the question, but I was gonna ask you, has the bar been set now to where everybody expects Drew Brees week 1 to be kneeling, or is it like necessary type thing? But
I don't know.
I think, I think you kind of answered it as in, I don't think his perspective's wrong, but it was just, you're right. He did not take on the perspective and what was asked. So if he did, I think what you kind of just said answers it is that, if you're somebody who doesn't, with your perspective and the flag kind of means a different thing, like, then that's fine. If you still want to stand up for it. But as long as like you're there and you completely like understand why they're doing what they're doing.
It's very simple. Yeah.
I mean, then you're fine.
His comment was just tone deaf.
Yeah.
Like, that's been said a lot, but it was literally tone deaf.
Yeah.
Like, it was just ignoring so much context that was given to you. You can't, and when the context is given to you and you just choose to ignore it, I can't help you in that situation. Like, you willingly ignored the context, which he magically found in the day after he was getting flamed on their net all day.
Yeah.
So this is the next part of this. The Brees one.
Titus, he had to find that context real quick.
Boy.
Or, there was going to be some bad things.
Dog. Yeah. The turnaround was crazy. And he pulled up the $12 stock photo with the arm in arm and the Instagram caption. And then the long Instagram apology post, which was like, okay, maybe. I mean, the listening and all that post. And like, on one hand, I don't want to question the sincerity of it necessarily, but I do have to wonder how you have that dramatic of a turnaround in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, are your views really changed on this? Are you saying what you need to say now? Like, are you really ready to listen? Because clearly you haven't been willing to listen for 4 years. If this is still where you're at with it, you haven't been willing to listen for 4 years.
Well,
so are you really ready to listen now? Or are you just saying what you need to say to try and get your teammate respect back? Because more than anything, bro, it don't matter what I think, what you think about him. Ultimately, if he's coming back to play football, he needs to respect that locker room. That's what he has to get.
Yeah, when that phone starts buzzing off the hook and you look down, you just see literally like a million Twitter mentions.
Yeah.
You know something's up.
Right.
And you see it from the people who are tweeting at you, teammates, people you respect who are in the league with you.
Yeah.
Look, I think that right there was the alarm clock waking him up. And then I'm sure Drew had some teammates who did, instead of going with the Twitter fingers, or maybe they did go Twitter fingers and call him. But, some of them came more understanding and they wanted to give him, more of their perspective and why so many people were irate.
Yeah.
But it was I understand both sides. I mean, I hate saying, like, I understand what, like, Brees was saying or trying to, I don't know. Like, I'm done with it. I mean, I don't...
I feel like I could understand what he's trying to say if he said it. If he would have took the approach that I took, like I understand exactly what he was saying. I just think the way he went about it was dead wrong because
I think he could have just addressed a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, if you address it in a way that makes me think you understand what you're talking about, then this goes over a lot better. But you addressed it in a way that clearly showed that he didn't know. Yeah. He didn't understand, or he was willing not to. And Leo, I've known him for a very long time. I have like my tolerance level for like ignoring context is very low. Yeah. It's extremely on a scale of 1 to 10.
That was 10. Like, 12.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't have patience. I don't have patience for it. I'm the most. That's what he thought about Colin Kaepernick. Or if he thought Colin Kaepernick kneeling was right, looking back, and then he went into his soliloquy about it being disrespectful and all that.
Yeah. He just said.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a trap question. It was a very direct question, and he just gave his answer that seemed very prepared and like he had said that a million times.
He just went into autopilot.
He did. Quarterback speak. So yeah, that's Drew Brees' 180. We'll see what happens with that in the future because that's not going away anytime soon. Football's gonna come back. I do like the approach he took of, my apology wasn't enough. Let me at the president. Maybe
Yes.
that'll get y'all back on my side.
That's a get out of jail free card for in this.
I don't think it worked. I don't think it's working anymore, dog.
Monopoly that we're playing. That's your get out of free.
It's not working anymore.
It's not. I mean, I thought it worked. I saw articles praising Drew Brees.
You did? Yeah. I don't know. Well, I know in our group, I don't think it's working yet. We got to see more.
Oh yeah.
We all got to see more. But yeah,
it's a developing story.
It was a good start. It was a good start. We got to see what happens next. So on the same topic, the NFL got called out by a group of players. I don't have all the players' names. I'm sorry, but a group of players put out a video. I know some of the players were Saquon Barkley, Patrick Mahomes,
Ezekiel Elliott, Michael Thomas,
Tyrann Mathieu. I saw him in there.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch more were in the video, saying that the NFL basically calling the NFL, telling them they need to do better about this situation. They had been silent for too long, and about the issues of police brutality in this country and the disregard for Black lives.
And pretty much just wrote Roger Goodell's statement for him.
Basically,
that's pretty much
That's what they did. They put out exactly what they wanted from him.
You should have said.
Yeah, but exactly what they wanted from him. And the story behind that is pretty crazy. You guys should go check that out. A guy named Brandon Minter, an NFL social media guy, basically put it together behind the back of his bosses. Basically reached out to players and got it done. Helped get that whole thing done and put out there. But the NFL didn't even know it was going to happen. And then it happened.
Yeah, I knew that had to do. I thought it was just done through the NFLPA.
No, yeah. He reached out to players directly. And then all those players reached out to other players and then it became what it became. So the NFL put out a statement, which in a way, they pretty much admitted they handled things wrong in 2016-17 about Colin Kaepernick. That's basically what they got them to admit. And that they basically got the NFL to bend the knee kind of to them.
Yeah.
And do what they should have done a long time ago, which was admit that they were wrong about how they handled things. They admitted that they said the words Black Lives Matter and we condemn racism and stuff like that, which is what they were exactly asked to say.
Yeah.
It was a very, very, it kind of shocked me a little bit, honestly, because I never would have dreamed they would have done that as a league. I really didn't see that coming at all. I don't know what it means going forward, but I didn't think that was gonna. I never would have seen them doing that. What were your thoughts?
I mean, I thought what they did was necessary, especially when their Cludius Maximus was pressed against the Flames.
Yeah.
By the NFLPA or those players that did that commercial. And to me, if you still want to be a franchise in general, like an NFL, a league in general, you had to do that. But I mean, I don't think they were doing it and what they said was empty and they're just trying to save face.
I do think, I think from what I've heard, what I've heard people say that Roger Goodell legitimately cares about these things. He just doesn't know exactly how to go about doing it because the owners, he's got to be the yes man for the owners. Right.
So really what he's able to do is what the owners allow him to do. Which is, we like to forget that a lot.
He's not successful at bridging the gap between both as Adam Silver has been.
Yeah.
Adam Silver's bridged the gap between player and ownership very, very well. Whereas Roger Goodell is just kind of a lapdog for the owners. It's kind of mean, but it's pretty much what it is, honestly. Like, he doesn't really do his own thing that much, I don't believe.
Yeah. But I think it was this is definitely another step in the right direction.
For sure.
And so hats off to everybody. The players, video man. What was it?
Brendan Minter, I think is how it said. Salute to you because that was a bold move because he could have lost his job behind that. Yeah. Like, you part of the social media team, you go behind the whole league's back to do something, go behind all your boss's back to get something done like that. But you did. You stood up for something. He stood up for what he felt. And I think in the article that I read, I'll try and share the link later. He said that some other employees that work for the NFL, because you gotta remember the NFL employee base goes just beyond the players. Like the media staff, social media staff, they were there too. So they got to think about these things as well, and they don't have the fame and the fortune to just say what they want. So they just got to go to work every day and look at this organization that they feel like has failed in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
and manage through these crises. So That was a very bold move of him, and I respect it. So yeah, we'll see what happens going forward with that. And then let's get Dabo. Oh, Dabo.
Oh, Dabo.
Oh, Dabo.
Puts the O in Dab.
Dabo. Where do we even start with Dabo, bro? Because on one hand, it's like there's an understanding there that we have for him, and on the other hand, it's like, what are you doing, bro?
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird mix with him. I don't even know where to begin here.
Yeah, with just my thoughts on Dabo. If somebody wants to hear what I'm about to say put more eloquently, just go listen to what Bomani Jones has said, because he pretty much summed up how I thought. So for those who don't know, Dabo Swinney grew up in Pelham, Alabama, which is a very poverty-stricken town in Alabama, kind of small. He made his way to the University of Alabama, where he was a walk-on as wide receiver. He just grew up very poor and doesn't come from much, and kind of made himself out of nothing. His mom lived with him in the college dorm.
Yeah, they shared a bed, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's just because, they really had nothing.
Right.
And I think that was just to be close to each other too. But it's hard I'm glad I've already talked to you, but was pretty happy, or I really like the way that Bomani described what he thinks about Dabo and why Dabo thinks like he does.
Right.
So he still hasn't, it's like the, big profile college head coach who hasn't really come out, denounced.
He plays it very safe. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays it very safe. And he's been very consistent in this retort throughout the years when it comes to, talking about race and like subjects like white privilege. And it's just hard for him to wrap his mind around a concept or think about something like white people having an innate privilege, because he comes from nothing. Like the dude wasn't privileged at all. And I know a lot of people who think the same way too, and think it's just a crock because you don't come out when you're white. It's not like you come out of the womb with $1 million trust fund like some people like to paint it. So like people like my dad, they had to get it out of the mud, and they grew up poor. So it's hard for them to think that. But I just liked how Bomani said, and I don't think Bomani has really any animosity like some people, because some people are out here just like trying to check the box, like who hasn't said anything yet, or who hasn't said the right thing, and then we're going to cancel them. But you can agree or disagree with. I think Dabo still has some learning to do when it comes to this type of thing. But just in it, like he's been consistent, and just being me and like the people I know and how I grew up too is like I just understand it, and it's kind of. I think it's kind of a good thing too, because I don't know. Me like saying last week, like we've been pushing perspective, and so is everybody else. It's like all about taking on the perspective, and so it's not just us as white people like taking on the perspective of black people, but also kind of too. It could be vice versa.
It's just about understanding.
Yeah,
it's about understanding.
Just about understanding about what people think and why they think that, and to get more context, because. We just forgotten how to agree to disagree nowadays. And I think that's too because we like to chop off context, and we like to just focus on one thing, to make it look bad and pitch it one way, and everybody's got to agree that way. So I think it's more of a bridge thing, kind of like the Drew Brees thing as well. Like if Drew Brees didn't make the comment he made, like I think we've actually made more progress, after Drew Brees saying that, because it kind of throws it out there and opens up the conversation even more.
Yeah, I think with Dabo, it's the fact that I don't know how willing to learn he is.
Yeah.
Which is the question, which is always the question mark.
Yeah.
Because his comments are always very he doesn't speak out, or he takes we all just need to kind of like we all need to love each other, and or America has problems, but this isn't. It's one of those things where it's like, people acknowledge, say, oh, are we perfect? No. But then they kind of dismiss all the things. They don't want to talk about things that need to be fixed. They just want to say, well, we're not perfect. It's not actually trying to work towards any solutions. It's just going, well, nothing's perfect, but you can, instead of actually working towards solutions, you're just throwing out platitudes.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing with Dabo that strikes people the wrong way. And secondly, Dabo as a college coaches always like to say that what's their favorite thing to do? Like they're gonna make their players into men.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna try and mold men or whatever. They're trying to take all this fatherly figure role. So I feel like you need to be a little stronger about things you say. And I'm not necessarily like dismissing his perspective. Like I won't dismiss his perspective, why he thinks the way he thinks. I understand it. But I think as a head coach and a quote unquote leader of men, as he likes to paint himself, then you should be able to take stronger stands and understand. Understanding is the number one thing. And if you are a leader, if you cannot understand the people you are leading, understand their perspectives, then you are failing. You're already failing.
Mm-hmm.
And Dabo has just been apparently historically weak on this stuff because there's a story that came out about a player, one of his coaches, assistant coaches, Danny Perlman, I think, referred to, he used a racial slur in a practice towards a player. And he said he didn't use it towards anybody. He said he heard the player saying it, so he wanted to say it to make them not say it, which is just, that's just dumb in so many different levels. You should be probably just being stupid at that point. But it was brought to Dabo Swinney's desk. This was in 2017. It was brought to Dabo Swinney. They went and told him. The coach says he apologized to the position group. He apologized to the player, the position group, and Dabo. But he didn't apologize to the whole team, for one. The whole team heard he didn't apologize to the team. No disciplinary action was taken. Dabo just let him go. And they kept it under wraps. Like, in that situation, dog, that dude's got to go. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, that's it. You're done. I can't have you here. Because this can, for one, it can come back on me like it just did. Two, that's just stupid. And stupidity like that should get you fired, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I don't have a little tolerance for things like for stupidity. Yeah. So letting someone get away with that as a coach, when you let somebody get away with a coach getting away with calling a player a racial slur, a person in a position of power saying that to a player, we let them get away with that on top of you being kind of historically historically kind of just fence riding on these subjects, it looks really bad for you. So Dabo's in a lot of hot water, and your quarterback is apparently more thoughtful than you are, because Trevor Lawrence has taken the opportunity to, one, make a stronger statement about the state of this country than Dabo has, and two, he's also defended Dabo recently about some things. So he's speaking out more than you are, and you're the coach, Dabo. As a coach, be the leader, man. If you're the leader, be the leader. Period. As you have to be a leader at some point. You can't keep trying to hide and just stay in this little not cause trouble lane. Like, there's gonna be problems. With leadership comes some problems, but you have to be able to address those problems and not hide from them. And I feel like part of what he did, especially specifically with the coaching thing, was kind of hide from the issue. You didn't address that head on the way you should have. Like, he kind of just ducks his head and just tried to wait it out. Mm-hmm. But ain't no waiting out anymore, man. And I do want to say to your thing about, I think we can agree, disagree on some things we can't. Everything can't be an agree, disagree. You know what I'm saying? Some things has to be clear lines and clear understandings and stuff like that. So
yeah. Well, I think with
Dabo, just get it together, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're clearly a great coach. He's very good at coaching, but the leadership thing is clearly lacking.
Well, I just want to say this, and I don't really want to dwell on it because we kind of gone longer and we got more stuff to talk about. But just to retort a little bit, and I'm not saying you're wrong or anything, I would just throw out more to chew on would be, one is that, man, what'd you just last say? Because you thrown something else I wanted to address too.
Which part? The agree,
well, I'll just say this. Yeah, when it comes to, I don't know, I think it's weird that, for us, we're not the experts, whatever. We're just here to comment on whatever news story is here today, whatever. And we like to joke about things. But at the same time, like, we know we're serious and not serious at the same time. And
yeah,
I think we get a little carried away when it's like, when we're letting outsiders like make indictments on someone's character where, like, Dabo has been more successful than Nick Saban has in the past 5 to 7 years in recruiting. I don't know of any player that doesn't like Dabo or has had a problem with Dabo. Like, I feel like everybody who's come out of Clemson under Dabo just like loves the dude and would run through a brick wall for him. And besides this incident and these players expressing their concern or how unhappy they were about how he handled it. I mean, this is the only time I've heard somebody say something negative about Dabo, and I would just say that, yeah, I agree. Like he's got to learn, but I think I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say he's like a bad leader or you know doesn't know how to manage people because I think so far he's proven like I don't know. I feel like
Well,
he's got the locker room. He's got the love of his players, and I think he
some
is
players speaking out.
understanding.
Some players speaking out a little more now,
Mhm.
but the thing with being a college player is it's hard to speak out
Well,
because
yeah,
like if you speak out on one program, there's not guarantee you're going to hear about another one.
yeah,
It's kind of like a college coaches have a benefit of kind of my way or the highway thing.
yeah,
So it's kind of hard to just speak up when you can't. And in a way, a lot of guys are there for 4 years and they're out, 3 to 4 years and they're out.
mhm.
So it's easier to just move on and not talk about it rather than speak up specifically for college guys, I believe. So I
Yeah.
think that's one aspect of it. But like I think he's a great coach in terms of like football, but I think he's lacking in the other parts of this.
Yeah, I mean, I
personally.
would just say
do.
he needs to gain
I
a little
do.
bit more perspective.
Yeah,
but
and if he's willing to do that, then great. If he's not, then I don't know. Yeah.
I was just reminded. I want to throw this out, and like I said, I want us to move on.
Yeah.
But so I will say this: I'm guilty of kind of like doing the Dabo thing or taking the pessimistic side. And that's just kind of like how I grew up too. Like my dad always taught me, he was like, when you have humans involved in something, there's no such thing as perfect. And so I think if we're just like on this mission to get everybody aligned to think this certain way, about this like one issue, it's never going to happen, and to get everybody, in sync to understand. I just don't think like.
Well, no, everybody's not going to agree, but I don't think Dabo's approach is necessarily pessimistic. Like it's a we're not perfect.
Yeah, but I think he comes kind of from like that.
If you
take the Christian point of view like he does, then it's kind of like a look. I mean, why are we sitting here like arguing about these things? Like people are going to decide to do the right thing or the wrong thing, and like you got to be more accountable for yourself, type thing.
It's a bit of a cop out though. I do think it's a bit of a cop out, but
we can talk about it more in another pod later.
I want to do it on it too much. We'll move on.
So
the Roro has hit college football.
Yeah,
already,
and
they just got back on campus, and the Roro's already hitting them.
Yeah, so the NCAA has allowed for schools to take this upon themselves. You can move in your players.
Yes.
When you want to, we're going to let you delegate that. So the likes of Alabama, Auburn, some other teams in the Big Ten. I know a lot are starting tomorrow, I want to say, in the Big Ten, but different conferences. I don't know about the Pac-12. But some headlines that's been made is that Alabama, I think 5 players were tested positive COVID.
Beat Auburn by 2.
So Auburn's got 3.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not going to speak for Auburn. I'll kind of speak for Alabama. We know they have, I'm sure they're on top of it when it comes to resources, like having the right testing, the right medical personnel out there. It's going to blend in with my NBA argument. I like that they pretty much took the soonest opportunity they could to get their players on campus, because if, some of their players do test positive, then boom, that's when they can start the isolation process and getting them over that. And that kind of like spreading light. Look, I'm not here for like, I don't know. I think it's just better to go ahead and get it out of the way and get everybody together, and especially keeping the outside students out and just keeping it like just to the football team.
Yeah, but college isn't happening. Just
something
football's
you can
happening.
move on.
College isn't happening. It's just football.
Yeah, but
which is
and I don't want to dwell on this either, because this is another topic we can talk about for the next 2 months. But I think there's a lot of advantages that you can get with just having the college football players there, especially if you bring on the tutors, the professors, and give them more of the focus. I think it's a good thing. And having the outside distractions.
You think they're gonna be learning?
Yeah.
They ain't learning nothing.
Well, that's all I got to say for it. So Alabama, they doing it right. It's not the end of the world. I think they're all asymptomatic, I want to say, too, like all 5 of that.
Y'all be careful out there. The Robo is everywhere. Be careful.
I don't think we've yet come across a professional.
Do you think those players quarantined? Or do you think they were out in the city?
I mean, I don't know if they're out in the city, but yeah, I mean, they're out on campus in practice.
No, do you think they're out? Do you think they stayed on campus the whole time?
When?
Do you think they like left campus and spread the
Oh,
Roro?
yeah, I'm sure
they spread the Roro?
Yeah.
So the Roro is hitting regular people now thanks to college football.
Sure.
All right, then. Well, on to our expert of the week.
You go ahead, go first, because I want to hear this.
My expert of the week is a very special one. I don't know if y'all saw. A lot of stuff happened this week, so I think people missed this report. But a report came out that there's a new owner of Joe Exotic Zoo, and her name is Carol Baskin. Carol Baskins. The judge gave Carol Baskins Joe Exotic Zoo. What up, Tiger King? Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. Carol Baskins won. Do you know how she won? Do you know how she won, Levi?
How she won that?
Because the judge found out that old Joe, the place was fraudulently putting his mama's name. The judge was like, well, you don't even own it. Your mama don't even own it. Therefore, guess what? Carol, you got it. Jeff Lowe got 120 days to get off the property. Carol Baskins won. She's my expert of the week. She's victorious.
Congratulations
she
to Carol
everybody.
Baskins.
All you cool cats and kittens. Carol, hold it down till that cold case gets reopened and you go to jail.
Yeah, I was about to say, have you heard the other news that's come out about Carol Baskins?
What, the sheriff said something about the thing was forged?
Yeah, the sheriff. Yeah, but I mean, it's just one sheriff. I don't know what proof he has. I did not. I just read the headline of the article. Did I click on that article? No.
Yeah, I read.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
They had suspected that it was forged.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have someone else who has.
So they got like an independent, third party interpreter, forger.
Well, I just want to say,
Joe Exotic Zoo, they have to get rid of all the animals. But then Jeff Lowe, he put out a thing where he promises to completely trash the whole place.
Well,
yes,
he's a con man.
Do it, Jeff Lowe.
Well, he can trash it, and he's gonna probably go to jail. Con man.
Well, probably.
Trash.
No, they'll find
set it on fire.
They'll find a way to arrest. They'll find a way to get him out of here. I'm sure Joe left some explosives on the property, like when he blew up his alligator farm.
Call up all those looters out there, those organized looters.
salute to you, Carol Baskins. You played the long game, and you won in the end for a little bit till you go to jail. But until you go to jail, you are the expert of the week, Carol. And you know what? You're still kind of expert because you got away with murder for about 30 years. So hey, salute to you for your run.
Not much longer. Though.
Salute to you for your run, Carol. You got the zoo. You got what you wanted. You went through his mama to do it, but you did it. Good job, Carol. That's my expert of the week, Levi.
I've got 3 experts of the week.
Oh, wow, 3.
All for the same thing, too.
Uno, dos, tres.
Damage control. J.R. Smith, John Bones Jones, and Michael Jordan. They all 3 did a great job of doing some damage control.
Did J.R. Smith have to do damage control?
Oh, J.R. Smith.
I feel like he was justified. I feel like, I guess
no. I mean, no. It was very justified.
Oh wait, it was literal damage control.
Yeah, it was literal damage control.
That's
Somebody damaged his truck, so he went and damaged them.
He beat that.
And
he beat the brakes off that dude, bro.
The interview's the best part too. Shout out J.R. Smith. That was funny.
I don't know if y'all know, but somebody tried to J.R. Smith is an NBA player, and somebody tried to break into his car in a protest, and he went outside and beat the brakes off them.
Yeah,
badly.
He ran after him.
Yeah, ran after him.
Brakes off of him.
Yeah, TMZ had the video, and then JR was like, "Yeah, they were trying to break into my car."
Yeah,
and so I handled them. It was ugly.
And then John Bones Jones saw 2 teenage white kids
trying to graffiti some stuff.
They were freaking Antifa prospects. They fit the whole profile from their body mass to their clothes. So he did damage control. He ripped their he just told them, give me the spray paint cans or I'm gonna beat you up. And they saw John Bones.
I'm be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Jones set that up himself, but we can move on.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. But hey, expert of the week for doing damage control, because we were just talking about how he's been throwing his career away, but
trying to demonstrate his own image. Yeah.
And then my guy. Michael Jordan pledging $100 million to causes.
Yeah, I think that's what he did.
Can't say he hasn't done anything for black people now. So damage control, good job, guys.
That was awful. Anyway,
that was a reputation damage control right there.
The last topic of the day, Conor McGregor, he announced his retirement for the 3rd time in his short-lived career. Conor, when you say it for the 3rd time, we stop caring, bro.
Yeah,
I stopped caring at the 2nd one because you've done this on Twitter. He's retired on Twitter 3 times, literally on Twitter 3 different times.
Yeah.
And last night he did it at the end of an event. Like an event had just ended. And then 12:30, like, yeah, guys, I'm retiring now. So when Conor retires, what it translates is the UFC won't do exactly what I want them to do. Therefore, I'm leaving. Therefore, I'm going to pretend like I'm retiring. But when you do it for the 3rd time, bro, we don't care anymore. We just don't care. I'm sorry. We're over it.
I mean, I have a theory. So Conor McGregor, I think we could both agree that he's a pretty good self-marketer. We would say Connor has.
No, he did a great job.
He's made his image in himself.
He absolutely did a great job with that. Yes.
He's put the McGregor name out there. You know, trying to be the next Tiger Woods of UFC, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of some big individual. You know, so
Floyd Mayweather would have been a better comparison, but
okay, yeah, sure, good comparison.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Connor's sitting around. He's always thinking every day, like a true entrepreneur and a true marketer. You got to think every day, like, how can I stay ahead of the people? So what I think he's doing is to keep things fresh, to keep the name up, to keep the attention on him and off of him at the same time. He's taken a page out of the old, handbook of rock stars, the Rockstar Handbook. So, I mean, every year, AC/DC is going on their final tour. Every year, the Grateful Dead, the Dead and Company's going on their final tour. That's what he's doing. You know, so I'm expecting this every year. Connor's going to retire every year.
Well,
and then he's going to come out of retirement and say, hey, this is my final go at it. Everybody's going to flock to it.
He's never said that, though.
Then he'll retire.
Well, the problem with that theory is that he wanted a title shot at the interim champion, who was supposed to fight the actual champion towards the end of the year. And the UFC said, no, we're going to let the two people that have a stake to the belt fight, not the guy who's on a 1-fight win streak jump in here and fight this summer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to not fight. If he doesn't get a title shot, he just doesn't want to fight, basically.
Well, yeah.
So
who's got the title right now?
Khabib, the guy who choked him out.
Okay.
But Khabib is off until September right now.
Wait till
and there's already an interim champion. There's the interim title fight.
Okay.
In April or in May, early May.
I was gonna say,
like Conor has no claim at a title shot at all. So he just needs to sit down and be quiet and just wait it out. Or fight a contender. But he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to jump into title fights and get main events and do all that. He's an attention seeker. He annoys me. I have nothing else to say about him.
All right. I'm done.
And I actually tweeted before, after Justin Gaethje beat Tony Ferguson, I actually tweeted that Conor should probably stay retired because he can't beat anybody in the top 5 right now.
Okay.
So maybe he sees he can't beat these guys, and he's the one to take another L. You take another L when you talk too much, you take L's. It's not effective anymore. Your trash talk is not effective. So, yeah, bye Conor if you're gone. Bye. See you later. We got the baseball, MLB MIA.
Yeah, MLB MIA. So, just when you think the game of baseball couldn't become, or the organization that runs the game of baseball, the MLB couldn't become any more incompetent, they say, hold my beer.
They find a way, don't they?
Hold my beer. Hold my peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't think we're ever coming back. So it's root for Corona. The MLB, like, I'm trying to think who shot himself in the leg. Patrick Burris. Plaxico Burris. The MLB is Plaxico Burris. But yet, nobody took the gun away, though, so they just keep shooting.
Lord.
They just keep shooting.
Miserable.
I think it's a wash.
It's over, right?
And I think both sides are stupid. So everybody really has taken on the player's side for the first time in a long time, I would think.
It's a very shocking thing.
Well, I would still say it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, half of them are at the players, half of them are at the ownership. I'm mad at both of them. I don't care. I just want one of y'all to cave in. I agree with both sides, and
I don't agree with the owners at all.
You don't agree with the owners?
No, I'm not taking a second pay cut for you.
No, but okay.
I'm not taking 2 pay cuts. Give me my money and be quiet.
It's not a second pay cut, though.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's a pay. The first one was pro rata, so you're getting paid for what you do. They're not getting paid for 162 games. They're going to get paid for the amount of games, and then they're going to cut from that.
No.
So it's not a second pay cut.
I want all my money.
It's first pay cut.
It was a second pay cut. I want all my money.
All right, look.
I want every piece of it.
Look.
You know why?
MLB, pay me $500K. I'll come out there and strike out for you. Okay,
look,
so
billionaires should have better protections. Call it insurance. They should have had some.
Maybe. Well,
yeah.
I just want to throw out there.
You want somebody to cave so you can get baseball back.
Somebody cave. They're not going to cave. The MLB is done for the season.
Yeah.
They're not coming back.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, I don't really care. I wouldn't be watching anyway, so I'm not really missing anything personally. So
this was the Braves year, man.
Y'all say that.
Well, we say that.
Yeah,
I don't say that.
A lot.
We don't say that every year.
I say that a lot.
We say that most years.
What was that playoff? Had that playoff game in last year?
Hey, but you know what? We picked up one of the guys who did the most damage to us. So,
Yeah. All right. That's good.
Moving on.
By
Wrap it
baseball.
up.
Yeah, by baseball. I'm not an expert, but you want to go first?
Sure. I mean, I've been all over the place on what I'm gonna do with this. I'm not an expert, but okay. I'll say this because I've been wanting to talk about this, and we really haven't been able to the past few weeks. And it's old news by now. But I'll say I'm not an expert, but Reggie Bush is not wrong. Now, I think we should. Look, I'm against. Look, players already do get players already do get paid through their scholarships. It's a stipend that they get every month.
Yeah.
But I do believe they should be paid for their name, image, and likeness. That's a pure fact. But do I think every college athlete, not just college football, because I think that's how it would have to go. I don't know how Title IX, how that would hold up in court. But Reggie Bush basically said we can't pay NCAA players because they kind of lack the guidance and how to spend money, and he thinks
dumbest point ever.
He thinks it would ruin more guys. I don't know, man.
It's a stupid point.
I don't know. I don't think he's wrong.
It's a stupid point.
I don't think he's wrong.
It's a stupid point. Oh, they lack guidance.
I don't think he's wrong.
You know what you do when people lack guidance? You give them guidance.
Well, no, that's what you do. I was trying to say that. Okay, so I kind of half said it in there, and I just kept going.
You said it wasn't wrong.
I'm just jumping around because I don't have this plan.
You said it wasn't wrong.
But look, if we're going to put in classes and we're going to put in mentors or whatever to help them, giving guidance on how to account for their money and spend it wisely, then yes.
Not paying people because they might spend their money
But if we're just going to throw it at
dumb.
them and say, hey, go have fun with it, then...
The idea that we can't pay you because I don't know how you're going to spend your money. How I spend my money ain't none of your business.
I mean, okay, look, I'm not saying that's why we should just...
I'm saying that's what he was saying. That's what Reggie was saying.
Yeah, well...
That's this terrible argument.
I mean, I don't think he's...
That's why they took your Heisman.
Maybe he's just completely against it and he's throwing that out there, but I was just thinking...
That's why they took your Heisman, Reggie.
I think it was just an idea. He was like, hey, if we do pay these guys, this... What might happen is that we might have some guys throw away their career before it, like we might have a bunch of Jake Fromms out here. They throw away their career before it even starts,
Yeah, it was
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert, but
well, I'm not an expert, but it's nice to see all these corporations. Well, it's kind of nice to see all these corporations care about or put out like statements about the state of this country and throw money at things or say they're committing money towards causes to help fix the state of race in this country. But it'll also be false to not acknowledge that this was a very easy stance for them to take right now. And it's very simple for them to take this approach when you finally cared about a man getting choked out on camera. It's nice to see that you all have suddenly woken up and you all care about this now. But I just want to know, how much will you care when the next one isn't on video? If the next one isn't on video, are you still going to be there? If there's no videotape and we just have the word? Because if there was no videotape of this, the cops that killed George Floyd would have just said he resisted arrest and that's why he died, because that's what they said in the police report. So when there's accounts that didn't happen, but there's no video, where will you be? Will you still be on the same side? Like, where's your heart at in this? Like, are you really believing this? Or are you saying this because it's the easy, popular stance to take? And I just want everybody to think about that aspect of it. Because it's real easy right now, but it's not always going to be this easy to take this stand. So just do a heart check on yourself. See where you're at. And just be wary of all these companies that are trying to capitalize off of this, because you don't know what they really feel yet. So, thanks, but we'll see where you are next time. That's all I got. You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, you want to give a little announcement?
Go ahead. Yeah, what's up?
Well, Tuesday, we still doing podcast on Tuesday?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be recording a podcast, so we'll have a new one coming out soon. But also next Sunday, is that right? Is it next Sunday? Next Sunday will be a special, not the experts. Father's Day is in 2 Sundays, so next Sunday we'll be celebrating Father's Day early, and we'll be having Titus's dad on and my dad on.
Oh yeah, I haven't talked to my dad about that yet. Well, he knows now. Well, he's watching the show now.
Maybe.
So
okay, yeah.
I didn't know that was next Sunday.
Yeah, I had told my dad the other day, don't make plans. So
next Sunday. Yeah, Dad, you coming on the show next Sunday? Thanks.
Yeah. So we'll be talking, and we're gonna play a game too.
Yes.
So
yes, y'all look forward to that. So see y'all during this, we'll see y'all this week. The podcast won't be live, but it'll probably be, if we can, it'll probably be recorded on the YouTube. Can we do that? Sweet. Fantastic. We're recording on the YouTube. So thank you to Butler Multimedia Production Studios.
I mean, I got to wear pants on Tuesday again.
Bro, they can't see your legs.
You mean I got to wear a shirt again on Tuesday? Yeah, I was
Yeah,
a joke. That's a terrible joke.
Yeah, the pants, you good.
Yeah, pants are good.
Yeah, they never know. Thank you, Clayton, Christina, for giving space again. Thank you to you for watching. Stay tuned. Appreciate you. Follow us everywhere. IG, Not the NTE Podcast. Facebook, NTE Podcast, Not the Experts. YouTube, Not the Experts. Twitter, NTE Podcast. We everywhere. Follow us. Get at us. We out. Peace.
Elite. Oh, elite. Trying to time that perfect.